Our artist today is Edward Hopper. He is a famous American artist. He worked primarily between the years of 1920s to 1930s. This is, if you think about what happened in 1910 area and 1940s, we have two huge world events, World War I and World War II. And he kind of capulates what's going on in America at that time. Also during that time is the Great Depression. So what we're going to see from Edward Hopper today is that his paintings have some sense of loneliness, some sense of solitude. Some people, I've had teenagers be like, I really relate to these because I feel like I'm always lonely. Well, he painted scenes of loneliness and solitude, and that's what I actually want you guys to write down for the most important information, is he painted scenes of loneliness and solitude. He painted scenes of loneliness and solitude. So we see here, even though the people are together, they do look very, very lonely. He's one of the first American artists to really paint the urban landscape or urban life with people in it. Even though these people look like they're talking, they don't look like they're really having fun. If you look here too, very famous painting that we have in Des Moines at the Des Moines Arts Center, this woman is surrounded by people, but yet still looks lonely. Some people may recognize this painting. This is called Nighthawks. This is in Chicago. Some of you probably have seen this, but in a different way or a different version, such as these different parodies. We have the Simpsons parody. We have this really famous art piece that people have seen before. Most of you could probably spot at least one or two of these actors or actresses. We have Marilyn Monroe. We have Elvis, who is the bartender. On the very far left is James Dean. And most people don't recognize the other man. He is Humphrey Bogart. He's a very famous actor at that time. But this painting has been created over and over again. Silly parodies. Some people hopefully have seen That 70s Show. Here's a little clip from That 70s Show.
So, here we are, back at Phillies.
Yep, good old Phillies. Good food at a fair price.
You're ordering the Salisbury steak, aren't you?
Nope, I'm going for the ham.
Red, don't put your hat on the counter. It's all greasy.
Hey, pal, can I get some half and half?
Well, isn't this familiar?
So we can see here that this show shows the Nighthawks, but all throughout history, this painting has actually been shown through any type of media as possible. It's in Chicago. You can go see it for yourself if you ever go to the Chicago Art Institute. That is Edward Hopper and his Nighthawks painting. Now, hopefully you have most of everything. His name, 1920s to 1930s. He is painting scenes of loneliness and solitude. His style is American scene painting. So you're going to write down American scene painting for his style. American scene painting. So he's trying to capture what is going on in America at that time. Now, how we remember Edward Hopper is something a little along the lines of this. This is one of my favorite artists. It's also my predecessor, Mr. Bucks, one of his favorite artists. And how we like to remember it is, if you're looking at the dog is looking at the grass. He's looking at something. What might that something be? We like to think of it as he's looking at a grasshopper, or Edward Grasshopper. And if you do it a lot, sometimes you get cotton mouth, where your lip just sticks up like this and you don't know what to do. And you go, Edward Grasshopper. So I would like everyone to, on the count of three, go Edward Grasshopper. 1, 2, 3, Edward Grasshopper. Grace, you want to come and do it? Get in here. We have a special guest appearance. This is if you want to get my attention at the volleyball game or pep assembly. This is what you do to the camera, and I will take a photo of you. All right, so that is Edward Grasshopper. Grass. Thanks, Grace.